Hey everyone, it's Todd Howard, and I'm here to talk about a recent controversy that... just kidding, it's me, Bob Chipman! Turns out I've been the real CEO of Bethesda this entire time! If you're thinking, well, that explains a lot, well, yes. Yes, it does. Also, you'll be purged when the Brainland invades your disgusting backwater state. Anyway, enjoy your dooms forever or whatever it was. I have to go restock the candles on my Mario 3 shrine. See you later. I just got down to my answering machine.
Oh, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I guess Bob Chipman's been the CEO of Bethesda this whole time?
That makes so much sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
I mean...
but I don't want to say what he said in case Brainland invades Hawaii. I don't know what the naval strength of the Brainland is.
I imagine them being more of like an Air Force heavy army.
Yeah.
Always got their heads in the clouds, those guys.
Yeah. Just AI satellites that just shoot terrifying lasers.
For melting civilians.
It's like an orbital bombardment satellite, but it just has fucking old copies of Mario 3. Just go through the fucking atmosphere at supersonic speeds and develop into like a red hot plasma that can destroy tanks.
My entire tenement was dissolved by a copy of fucking Super Mario.
Yeah. So, hey everyone, it's VGATWTOE again, talking to you about video games and why they are bad. With me, as always, is Reese. Hello, Reese.
Oh, hey. Hi.
And we have returning guest Kay.
Hey, I'm social distancing. I only communicate via podcasts with people now. That's how I you can't speak directly to me.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for the apocalypse. I'm taking recordings of our episodes, putting them on cassette tapes, and leaving them in cassette recorders scattered around my home. It's called environmental storytelling, and when they crack open like the seal to my quarantined house, they'll just find these everywhere, along with blue potions and red potions I've hidden in cabinets for the player character.
Thoughtful.
Yeah, to stock back up on their health and mana.
Since this is the last evidence of civilization before the apocalypse, I just want everyone to know that I'm feeling very normal right now.
Right.
I am not sad or mad. I am very tall and big dicked. This is very important that I'm just mentioning that for no reason.
Yeah. Actually, I'm laughing right now. Actually,
we're all laughing.
Yeah, we're all laughing. The whole gang's laughing.
That's because we have the Joker virus.
Oh my god. So today we have a very special episode. I don't think we were going to record this weekend originally, so this is sort of very short notice. Basically, a bunch of stuff has happened as a result of the virus, I guess you could say. And apparently the virus makes Bethesda fuck up. The Bethesda offices apparently had coronavirus for the past 3 months or something.
10 years.
Yeah. So I guess the first thing I'll get into is Bethesda's little oopsie. Have you heard about this?
What is it?
All right. So Bethesda just recently released Doom Eternal, and apparently on the Bethesda launcher version, the very first release of the game included an exe file which did not include the de novo copy protection. So Bethesda, on their own fucking platform, released a cracked version of their own game. I'm so pleased you have I'm so surprised you haven't heard about this yet. It's been all over the net of people just dunking on Bethesda.
when I say social distancing, I'm not just social distancing from like the people here. I'm just distant in general right now. So this is a delight.
It's excellent. So this article comes to us from Ars Technica, from Kyle Orland. Bethesda apparently broke its own de novo protection for Doom Eternal. Bethesda launcher version included DRM-free executable and folder named Original. I guess the de novo is the spicy flavor, and DRM-free is original recipe. All right, so when Bethesda announced that Doom Eternal would be using de novo protection for its digital rights management, industry watchers assumed it would buy the game at least a short period of retail availability without a piratable, cracked version showing up on the internet. When the game launched, though, users quickly discovered the Bethesda launcher version apparently included a DRM-free copy of the game's executable sitting in plain sight amid the download package. Forum users on Reddit and Resetera were among the first yesterday to report on the official DRM-free leak, which sat in a subfolder titled Original for the Bethesda launcher version of the game. That 67 megabyte file can reportedly replace the 370 megabyte DRM protected executable in the main game folder with minimal effort and no practical effect on playability.
Wow. So whatever you do, don't go look for it on torrenting sites.
Yeah, don't boot up your VPN. Don't search for Doom Eternal Cracked at your favorite Pirate Bay-esque website and use that to numb yourself from the terrifying news just spouting out every day.
Yeah, so this is another Bob Chickman error in management, apparently. Jim Sterling was talking about this and how Bethesda as a publisher just keeps fucking up, and it's really incredible. For instance, later on in the article, they basically exclaim that this has happened before, but it was another Bethesda game made by id Software. Rage 2 also included a DRM-free executable in the Bethesda launcher version. And apparently, only in the Bethesda launcher version? Like, what the fuck? They don't have it on Steam? I don't know.
That's amazing that CD Projekt Red, prides itself on being DRM free, etc. But I love that this is the worst of both worlds for them. That I don't know how much it costs to put de novo in your game, but I'm certain it's not cheap.
Right.
And them just shooting themselves in the dick. I remember with Doom 2016, and it took like a surprisingly long time to crack, which they said really boosted sales for them. So it's the perfect boomerang around.
Yeah. You got anything to add, Kay?
I'm in awe, to be honest with you, of just Bethesda's like performance as a company, as a collection of presumably sentient human beings making decisions. I love it. I hope they never change, genuinely.
Fallout 76 is just infecting everything in Bethesda. It just, we have the Joker
it's
virus.
spreading.
They just have some kind of just moron virus. They cannot help but just screw up every game in the worst way possible.
It's incredible.
Yeah, they have the Todd virus, and if you work in like a Bethesda studio, then every time you come in, you'll notice everyone else just looks a tiny bit more like Todd Howard than they did before.
It just works.
And you will too.
Yeah. So here's another part later on in the article I think is very amusing. Already, some piracy-watching forum goers are crafting conspiracy theories about rogue Bethesda employees hiding the easily cracked executable in the Doom Eternal files as a guerrilla blow against DRM. Others are joking that Bethesda as a whole is now operating as a rogue cracking group. A Bethesda representative was not immediately available to respond to a request for a comment from Ars Technica. Regardless, damage is done, and a cracked, repackaged version of Doom Eternal is either currently in the wild or will be shortly, and this time, it seems, Bethesda only has itself to blame. This is great.
Sad.
Awesome.
I love this. I mean, I don't know what effects Denuvo has on the functionality of the game. I know that like Ubisoft for a while was using like a DRM for the Assassin's Creed game that actively like slowed it down and used up like 90% of people's CPUs.
Christ.
I don't know if that was Denuvo or some other protection software, but typically DRM does not improve the experience of a game for the people who paid for it. It just, what they do, right, is they try to include this DRM for like the first couple of weeks for like the launch month. And that is apparently when they get the majority of their sales and profits. So the fact that this is like on the launch version of the game is like, probably not good. Like, not good for the developers. And the fact that it was only on the fucking Bethesda launcher kind of, to me, kind of signifies that they fucked something up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Denuvo, my understanding from what I've read is that it is tricky to implement correctly. So in theory, it's not supposed to cause a lot of performance problems, but there's just like not time in the crunch or whatever to actually get it integrated. So I've heard of instances, maybe it was Assassin's Creed, where they've updated patches that just removed Denuvo after that like key sales window to improve performance rather than get the game working with it. You know, that's too cost inefficient. It's just the first month is just you get the shitty game, and then by the time they, you know, before people can get too mad about it, they're like, "Oh, we fixed it. It's fixed. Don't get mad at us."
That seems like a common publisher strategy. I mean, Middle-earth: Shadow of War, that came with, it's similar situation where it came with like intense like microtransaction bullshit that actually affected the balance of the game. They removed it like several months later, and they're like, "Oh, we fixed it," and it like significantly changed the balance of the game. So yeah, like publishers love just making their game shitty for like an entire month on release, and then like going back and removing the shitty thing that they did for like goodwill or whatever. It's cool. I like it.
And they're always pushing for people to pre-order their games as well, because the fact is that you're usually better off giving it a few months, because they're gonna probably try to fuck around with some DRM like that. They might have some unpopular microtransactions that they get pressured into taking out, and they're probably gonna fuck you with DLC. So like,
but do pre-order Bethesda games on their launcher so that you can get the cracked version. The pre-order bonus.
Then whatever you do after that, though, don't send it to everyone you know and upload it to websites. Don't do that.
Don't put it on your Google Drive.
Yeah, don't do
zip file to share with all your buds.
Yeah, called
Man.
Todd Don't Look.
All right. All right, so in related news, this is just for fun, but in related Bethesda news, Fallout 76 players are also hoarding toilet paper.
What?
So in like a bizarre parallel to real life, Bethesda, like Fallout 76 players are now treating toilet paper as like a valuable commodity, as like a joke kind of, but it's having a real impact on the game's economy anyway. All right, so this comes to us from Polygon. Patricia Hernandez. One unfortunate side effect of the COVID-19 pandemic is that folks are cleaning out real-world stores as they buy carloads of toilet paper in sheer panic. I would have put sheet panic. That's a fun little joke, get it?
I don't get it.
While there's actually very little chance of the United States running out of toilet paper, it seems that players residing in a fictional version of the country are using this as an opportunity to parody recent misguided shopping sprees. Like many Bethesda games, Fallout 76 is full of junk that you can carry or break down into resources to craft or repair items. Some junk is definitely more valuable than others, but prior to 2020, there wasn't a real reason to consider toilet paper rare or expensive. The result is that now many players are either obsessively collecting any toilet paper they find, or they're jacking up the prices at their individual stores. It's clearly a joke, but one that has an actual effect on the economy of the game, as more and more people start price matching or taking all the rolls they can find. Some are even displaying their catches proudly in the player-made camps as if it were treasure. And I hope you guys have the article open.
Yeah, I do.
Because there's like fucking the price of toilet paper in the game. It has gone up to like 500 bottle caps. Oh my god.
Fucking hell.
Player stores are selling it for like 6,000 bottle caps for 2 pieces of toilet paper.
A little peek into our future. What's great is the tweets where people have pictures of the homes where they have like museum cases set up with the toilet paper inside, and just like, here is my most prized possession.
You know, I'm really happy for them because this has to be the most fun they've ever had in this game.
Pretty much. Here's one of my favorites from Blood Fart Australia. I control the toilet paper. I own this town. Hashtag Fallout 76. Hashtag F76 1x1. Hashtag COVID-19. And it's just him standing in a room with like a gold-plated AK and a fedora and suit with just like these shelves with toilet paper on them. Oh, man.
I'm sorry. I'm still really stuck on Blood Fart Australia.
Aren't we all? I would postulate that it's actually they're hoarding paper in Fallout 76 for the exact same reason people are hoarding it in real life, is because it's like this weird Freudian butt obsession that's just exploded to life. Like, toilet paper is not rare in the supply chain at all, but like we're all just so freaked out about the future is that our first thought is just like, my ass, you gotta protect my ass. And I think you see that in games too, and they're just like, oh, it's a joke, wink, but I need to fulfill that ass urge the same way that people are doing it in real life.
Well, it's like
anyways.
It's like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? The very foundation of it is like food, shelter, ass, right?
Exactly. Well, the foundation is ass, and above that is food and shelter.
Exactly.
Oh, my mistake.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Indeed.
And like, yeah, if Fallout was like a realistic depiction of the post-apocalypse, currency would be toilet paper and not anything else.
Toilet paper and fucking hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I
Pretty
mean,
much. Oh my god.
Like you're bribing a town guard to look the other way on something, and you just squirt a little Purell in his hand. Be like, yeah, there you go, buddy.
Okay, so I was
Clean up.
reading like the outro to this, and this is something I didn't know. All right, so fortunately, however, Fallout 76 can never truly run out of toilet paper. The world will just keep generating more. Plus, in this video game, sometimes it's actually beneficial for characters to get sick, with some players going out of their way to contract illnesses. What? And now it links to another Polygon article that says Fallout 76 players are spending months getting their characters sick. But why?
It's like some anti-vaxxer shit. How many other parallels does our world have with Todd's world?
What the fuck? Oh my god, you're kidding me. So, people are trying to get every disease in the game to get a fucking achievement.
So it is an anti-vaxxer thing. Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
Catch them all.
I had not expected this to come up, and this is a really long article, so I can't think of any other reason for people to do this.
Well, I'm getting very interested in all these parallels between our world and theirs, because I remember there being some pretty serious class war happening around the premium subscriptions. So, like, you know, when do we catch up?
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Fallout 76 is sort of like Todd's funhouse mirror for the real world.
I think this is just increasing evidence that we live in a that we live in a simulation. Some, being made of pure light is playing Earth 76, Earth 2020,
and they're probably
like, we're gonna give them all the Joker virus.
Yeah,
the being of pure light is Australian.
76 is.
Yeah. Bloody fart pure light being is like currently in a podcast right now talking about like, I don't understand like what the hell is wrong with pure light Bethesda and what the fuck is wrong with Earth 76. Completely fucked up. Just like a clown show. Did you see who they made a moderator or like who the in-game leader is? He's completely glitching out.
Anyways, I'm looking forward to the Pure Light re-release of Skyrim.
Yeah, so that's my Bethesda stuff. It's been an interesting It's been an interesting couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Just catching up on all the shit that's been happening as like an indirect result of the coronavirus.
And that includes the Bethesda stuff, of course.
Yeah, I mean, sure. The toilet paper stuff is like directly like is.
Well, that one is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean them fucking up their game releases. I don't know about that one.
Somebody coughed onto the keyboard as they were uploading.
Yeah,
the wrong thing. And...
Yeah, somehow the servers at Bethesda have gotten the coronavirus.
Yeah, that's it. That explains it.
So, moving on to less, I guess, funny news.
We'll see.
Well, actually, they do get owned, so it is kind of funny. GameStop recklessly brands itself an essential business to stay open during coronavirus pandemic.
Oh my god.
All right, Reese, would you like to read this one for us?
I will read this one. This comes to us from dualshockers.com. I don't see an author. It was just written by the cloud.
Yeah, you're right. I don't see it. That's weird.
Just a being of pure light. You can't even comprehend.
DualShockers is like a sentient AI that cranked out this fucking article for us. All right, sorry, continue.
In a memo sent to stores on Thursday, GameStop is pressing workers to keep the lights on and even go against local authorities to do it. There's a tweet from Patrick Klepek saying a representative for GameStop has since confirmed to IGN via email that the corporation is blah, 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 just, confirming things.
Keeping open during a pandemic by labeling itself an essential business.
Now, with that in mind, Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf ordered a shutdown of all non-life-sustaining businesses as of 8 p.m. Thursday, and enforcement actions will be taken beginning 12:01 a.m. on Saturday for any business that fails to comply. Electronics and appliance stores are on the list of non-life-sustaining businesses, so GameStop stores, in PA at least, are required to close regardless of how essential the company thinks it is.
I really want to read the thing out from Patrick Klepek just because it is fucking incredible. A representative for GameStop has since confirmed to IGN via email that the corporation is keeping stores open as an essential business during the pandemic, citing a list of items GameStop sells that the company deems to be essential, quote-unquote, products. The list of items provided to IGN includes webcams, microphones, mice, keyboard, monitors, chargers, audio equipment, and more. No specific games or game consoles are listed.
You know what else is essential? The Pete Buttigieg Funko Pop, the Mario strap-on dildo.
What the fuck?
Surely it would be a toad.
Oh, exactly.
Strap-on.
Well,
I was just gonna say that I didn't know GameStop was still open until I heard this story this morning or
this
last night.
This is probably
going to
be the knockout blow for it, to be honest with you. Like,
thank God.
This virus is going to be the death of like physical, like touch to touch mediums, like E3 has been shut down, and I in my opinion, it's probably not going to come back, or it's going to come back in some different form. And GameStop like has been swirling the drain for a while now. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but recently they hired Reggie Fils-Aimé of Nintendo fame to be like their CEO.
What?
Yeah, that's their fucking parachute cord they pulled, is bringing in Reggie.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck, Reggie. Fucking, here's a TV that looks like an apple. But fucking yeah, that's what they were dealing with before the virus, and now like fucking Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania has ordered them to close. So this is another article from DualShockers. Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf announced that all businesses, except for those considered to be life-sustaining, are to be closed to help combat the spread of coronavirus throughout the state. This comes within days of both Governor Gavin Newsom of California and Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York, who announced similar statewide shelter-in responses to flatten the curve on the pandemic. While most businesses took the hint, game retailer GameStop refused to close their doors among an upcoming Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal release.
I love how passive aggressive. Also, I like. I think in the first article at the beginning, it describes them as and even going against local authorities to stay open. I love the idea of GameStop staff like fighting off fucking like cops so they could sell fucking Animal Crossing to sick people.
It's like that photo from the '60s of like the girl putting a flower in the barrel of a rifle, but it's just like them awkwardly trying to stuff a copy of Doom Eternal into like an M16. So, amidst the business trying to navigate through what is deemed essential during this time, video game retailer GameStop has found itself in a string of public relations missteps, that you could call it that, through business practices that have put both employees and consumers at risk by not just remaining open, but also conducting business as usual. Oh, all right. So here are the updates. Following news of closures, GameStop has announced that they will be closed all access to all physical stores, blah, 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 as we said. All right. A spokesperson from GameStop has reached out to DualShockers to provide clarification. GameStop, quote unquote, closed stores in PA to comply with the state's mandate to ensure the safety of our customers and associates. Not because we lost our permit license. Oh yeah, so the original version of this said that they fucking lost their fucking business license. Like that Pennsylvania was gonna fucking take away their business license for operating in Pennsylvania, which would be fucking incredible. But apparently, according to them at least, it's not true. But it could have been.
Maybe it was more of a threat. Maybe they said that to give them an opportunity to step down graciously.
Yeah, I'm imagining like in some like rural Pennsylvania GameStop, like 2 employees just like get the first order of just like, yeah, we'll fucking kill any cops. We'll do anything to keep the store open. And then they get the notice from GameStop, and they're just like, they crumple it, and they're just like, it's just the 2 of us now selling that.
They're just behind the counter with fucking rifles.
Exactly. I imagine it's just like, oh, why are you serving? It's like, my girlfriend. She just loves Diablo, you know. Gotta make sure she has access to her Blizzard subscription points. I don't know. That's
I got a baby on the way. I don't want to raise him in a world where I can't get Animal Crossing on the day. Physical copy.
Well, yeah. I mean, considering that the latest projections for unemployment is like 30%, and you see the just like stock market just absolutely having to pause 3 times a day because automatically because it's in free fall.
Yeah.
GameStop is definitely at the forefront of businesses that are getting absolutely atomized by the events of this virus. I'd be surprised if you could order a PS3 this time next year at all from them.
Yeah, it seems like more and more the physical medium for things that can be very easily done in a digital format is just going the way of the dodo. And I think that obviously this is incredibly shitty for the people who rely on GameStop, for employment, even though they treat those people like garbage. I think we've probably covered that before, but there are like just tons of stories about how badly they treat like their employees, and like how they're clearly on a sinking ship. It has affected their management and how they basically just been cracking down and making things as austere as possible, and like demanding that people sell subscriptions to their shitty magazine.
They have a magazine?
Yeah.
I mean, they have a magazine. They have like a rewards program that they really, just reading in other stuff, a while ago, there's an immense amount of pressure on a GameStop employee to upsell all of this shit. You can't just be like, hey, I know a lot about video games. I'm happy to recommend something to you. It's just like, if you don't meet the bullshit magazine metrics, you don't sell 4 subscriptions, we'll find some other loser who can, you piece of shit. That's like literally the attitude.
The magazine, of course, is another medium with a lot of life on it.
Though we're diversifying our investments into whale oil
and a radio
show. Let's see, goods manufactured with ivory.
The dyeing magazine trade is amazing, because if you look at the magazine rack, you'll just see stuff that's just like home survival, and it's just like a guy with a shotgun, and it's just like a magazine just about like fantasies about shooting burglars, basically.
Yeah, it's all for boomers now. Just unhinged boomers.
It's all for boomers and just like the ultimate, like whatever's in the news. The last time I saw a magazine rack, there was a magazine that was just all about the Joker, like a one-off.
Oh
cost
my God.
$23.
Okay, so did you pay cash or card?
If there weren't other people with me, I would have shoplifted that motherfucker.
That is the most Joker way of getting the magazine, to be fair.
Yeah, you gotta steal that. I mean,
the most Joker way would either be to steal it or to pay it and then like kill the CEO of that magazine company with it.
No, you buy it and then you burn it in front of the cashier.
Yeah.
It's not about the money. It's about sending a message.
You wouldn't get it.
Okay, no. Joker, Bob Chipman, we're really paying. Todd Howard, we're playing the hits today.
Yeah.
Listen.
Greatest hits episode.
At this time of global uncertainty, I think that these figures, they loom large in our minds and weigh heavily on our conscience. And what I'm afraid of is that, like, as things continue to become even more and more normal.
Reese has fucking Corona over there, bro.
When Alton talked about these figures looming large in our subconscious, I imagine just like in all this panic and all this dread, like every night going to sleep and having just like wall-to-wall anxiety dreams about Movie Bob. Dude, you forgot you had your test today. Why are you wearing any pants?
Movie Bob, your fucking teacher.
I mean, he is the authority figure in all.
Oh my God. I was worried that, like, as things get more and more normal, these things are going to become less and less distinguishable for me. And that, like, I'm going to imagine, like, a Joker-fied Bob Chipman who's, like, also somehow ahead of Bethesda.
Oh.
Like, Joker Bob Chipman, I think, is an excellent bit.
It's a very strong bit. He's got real Joker energy. He's like eugenics Joker.
Oh my God.
Which isn't that far from Joker.
Want to know how I got these genes?
Oh my god. Oh, I know that I don't have any room to talk because we have that that other Bob Chipman episode coming out.
Yeah.
We have to do one episode where we don't talk about Bob Chipman. Just one.
Yeah.
just one.
Well, fucking don't invite me because I'm liable to bring them up.
Yeah. That whole bit that I made at the beginning of this episode happened because I was watching Kay's stream, and like in the middle of it, somehow Bethesda came up, and I was just like, somehow the topic came up, and just immediately my mind jumped to, what if Bob Chipman is responsible for all these errors?
Oh my god!
And then I quickly wrote down that the sketch. Oh man,
That's amazing. I'm glad that I could contribute to the artistic process.
You are true. You're a muse.
yeah. No, I think Bob Chipman is our muse. He's just
Yeah,
like,
I think that's well, I hope that at least the viewers can be comforted by knowing that, you know, they can always count on this podcast to discuss Bob Chipman.
for real.
Every time I cruise by his Twitter, he's always saying just like low key, not getting attention anywhere else, something like awful and messed up, and I'm just like, oh, all right, never mind.
It's like jazz. It's the Bob Chipman tweets we don't talk about.
He was talking about the Little Mermaid, and he's just like,
Oh, no.
I think we can all agree that we all have impure thoughts thinking about the Little Mermaid. We're like, no!
What the fuck?
What?
Shut the fuck up!
Bob! What?
What?
It was about like one scene, like, I don't know. I can't find it.
The sexiest scene in
He didn't put it quite so like direct as that, but that's how it reads to me.
I mean, that is how he talks.
Oh
He
my
fooled me
God.
there.
I need to find this tweet, Reese. You've brought it up.
Yeah.
But now
I knew I shouldn't have.
you really
No, we
shouldn't
gotta get
have,
that tweet.
because now I need to see this.
Well, like, I mean, the Bob Chipman seal's already broken on this episode. So
Yeah.
Seriously.
The
Lean into
warranty
it.
is invalid now. We've broken the Bob Chipman
Of
seal.
course, there's 17,000 tweets about the Little Mermaid.
Very normal.
He also
Ten
he
is a
just
lot.
tweets so much. He tweets so fucking much.
I mean, what the fuck else does he have to do all day?
This is a fun one. When you think about it, the Little Mermaid married down. Her dad owns 75% of the planet. What a
right.
fucking dummy. My question for the Little Mermaid movie is, none of the story happens without the main character just being the dumbest fucking person in the goddamn ocean. And the modern Go Girl Disney isn't gonna let that be the case here. So what's the movie? So Bob Chipman is calling Ariel a fucking dumbass.
Well, she aspires for more. She aspires beyond
I prefer the
her
brainland of the ocean.
Oh, the brain water.
I'm trying. I desperately want to find this.
I don't know. It's just like he's talking about like a specific like shot in it, and he's like, we're all thinking impure thoughts here. And it's just
No,
like,
no.
we're not.
I don't like that.
It's like when the ocean is all splashing up behind
Oh, I
her.
know the
Girl.
shot you mean. I know the shot.
Yeah.
No, Bob. No.
No, it was like 3 days ago. You're never going to find it. He's made 7,000 tweets.
I'm gonna
Oh,
search for
God.
Ariel, and if I can't find anything of that, how Ariel Little Mermaid?
Also try impure.
Oh. All right, IE.
Don't search Ariel Little Mermaid impure. You're just gonna
Oh
get on
shit!
it.
Yeah, not all at once. Not all at once.
Oh,
Don't.
God.
This is my long con to get Alton arrested by the FBI.
What are you in for? Mermaid porn.
I want to fuck a fish. I I cannot find this, Reese. It's
good. I'm glad. I regret ever bringing it up. What's next? What's the next thing?
oh, Jesus Christ. I have nothing else, but since we have some extra time on our hands, I thought maybe it'd be cool to bring up. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the recent controversy with Persona 5.
I don't think so.
Is that the controversy where they removed the homophobic interactions where gay predators like pursue you, like, and it's like a comedy?
Yes. It's very comedic. It's very funny. They removed that scene. They replaced it with something else. Apparently, from what I've heard, some people still don't really like it. And I can't blame them. Because apparently what they replaced it with is like some people like saying, to some teenager, you've got to dress in drag. And it's just like still kind of weird and gross. But less weird and gross than it was before, I guess. But that, to be honest with you, that isn't really what I wanted to talk about. What I want to talk about is I want to delve into the salt mines for a little bit and just see what kind of completely normal people have been having normal reactions about this. And I think that in light of the recent virus outbreak, I think that these people honestly have their priorities straight. So this is from Shitty Gamer Takes. They've got two of them, which are...
I got my pickaxe ready. Let's get in.
Who wants to read the first one? I kind of want to read the second one.
I'll do it.
All right.
It disgusts me so much that games and anime are getting censored, all because people are way too sensitive. You people are parasites who hurt people and destroy everything around you. You are not the fans. You are the enemy. Can someone describe this picture, please? I'm dying.
All right. There's like some shitty anime waifu character with like, you know, the Photoshop thing where there's like lasers coming out of her eyes and it hits the corner of the screen and there's a giant explosion. It's like, and then it says, "Silence, Western Twitter." Like, you're not a fucking Westerner. You're speaking English, dumbass. You fucking, these people are like self-flagellating Westerners who are just like, if I lived in Japan, people wouldn't call me a freak and a pervert.
They would. I need you to know that they would.
They would.
Yeah, we've talked about this before, but the thing that I can't remember, we had a guest on and I can't remember who it was, but they said basically that they've known several otaku who moved to Japan, and the thing that they don't get is that like people in Japan are just, you know, normal people, like regular people, and when they go over there, they still get treated like freaks.
Yeah,
there wasn't a guest; it was me.
Our permanent guest, Reese.
But yeah, it's 100% true.
I'm sorry, Japan, I couldn't remember who said it.
No, it's fine. I just think it's funny. But it should be underscored, like, as a foreigner in Japan, you know, I don't think it's unkind to say, you know, it's not like you're unwelcome, but there is a certain distance that is always kept, no matter how much like you contribute or, you know, or whatever. People who are like this, like, you know, it's tolerated within their own society. The otaku go to Japan, it's just like everybody fucking hates you. The Westerners who are there and the locals are just like, no, it's like, this is weird when otaku do it here. It's like, we don't need you. We have enough. We're full of otaku.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like,
where the fuck do you think they come from?
Yeah, Japan, I think people don't understand this, but like Japan had like its own moral panic about otaku, in it like a similar vein to like the D&D and like video game scares, like or actually probably more accurately like incels. Like, yeah, the people don't like otaku in Japan. They are like the Japanese incel, basically. They are freaks who like live with their anime body pillows and are like obsessed with like two-dimensional women to like an unhealthy degree. It's very strange, and I'm sure that this probably is just preaching to the choir on that front, but If you are some sort of like weird shut-in otaku listening to this, please go outside. Well, I guess not right now because you'll get the coronavirus, but
yeah. Well, I mean, if looking at the second tweet.
Oh yeah, I want to read. All right, let me read this one out.
Get in there.
All right. This world is lost. P5 got censored. SJWs run the industry, while actual fans and nerds get stiffed and are called pedos and misogynists. No matter how much we bitch, it just gets worse every day. Hurry up and fucking kill me. Stop wasting my time. This is like the fucking intro of like a fucking Terminator movie.
This guy's just fucking slamming whole bottles of black pills, man.
You have to imagine them handing you a revolver, like filled with bullets, to take him out. Like,
Do it! Just like I'm just fucking imagining it's like everything changed when Skynet censored Persona 5.
I would just like to say, kind of piggybacking on our last little comments, is that it's so weird to just like totally like boil down a culture to like the popular media you like from them.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a Japanese person like coming into your life and just being like, "I love the Marvel movies.
You are
Do you
all
want to
cowboys,
talk about the
yes.
Marvel?
Oh.
You are all. Do you want to only talk about the Marvel movies and totally steep yourself in the Marvel movies?"
So it's a Japanese Bob Chipman.
Yeah,
I'm
pretty much.
imagining this Japanese guy's wearing like a cowboy hat, leather like frilled like jacket.
I think
thing,
people like those
tassel-y.
exist, but there's not like a culture, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're lone weirdos.
Yeah.
Well, I think too is that maybe that's not the best example because, American culture is by far the most like bankrupt of them all. So perhaps it would be better, but I think in most cases it's bad.
I guess a better sort of version is maybe like a Japanese person coming to the UK and being like, "Hey, do you want to talk about fucking kids?"
And then they're like,
It's like we do more than just that, you know.
and it's like, yeah, let's get you elected to parliament.
Elected? Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, well, there's air quotes around elected. My understanding is whenever you talk about any elections, you have to use it's the law to use air quotes.
Yeah, we only talk about elections sarcastically.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still. I haven't been paying attention. I'm still trying to find. I'm still trying to find the Bob Chipman tweet. Like, I will know no
This is
peace.
becoming your white whale.
It's out there, calling for me.
I guess it's kind of nautical themed. This is appropriate.
Oh my god.
Ugh, mm,
Ugh.
mm.
The fucking. Let's just fuck it. Let's just keep riffing. It's the lighthouse, but it's Bob Chipman.
It's just Bob Chipman and the mermaid.
It's like nobody gets to play Mario 3 but me. He's at the top of the fucking lighthouse.
Instead of a light at the top, it's just like a shitty old like box TV
Yeah.
with fucking a SNES or whatever hooked up to it.
And he still has that scene where he stands in front of it and like jerks off. Spoilers for the fucking fucking lighthouse, I guess.
Yeah, spoilers for the lighthouse. If you haven't seen it, go watch the fucking light.
It's pretty
And
good.
don't think about this bit. It'll ruin it for you. Don't think about Bob.
Oh.
I think that's everything we've got.
I just want to say the tail end of the Persona 5 thing. I'd like to reiterate that this game is 700 hours long.
Yeah.
It's
How the fuck?
it is. It's 100 hours. So it's like it is an extremely long game, and these are, I think, 2 or 3 2-minute scenes that have been cut out. It is like 0.001% of the content. All of the creepy like sexualization of underage characters, all that's still there. You can still enjoy it if you're a fucked up pervert like this guy. It's just this one thing.
I wanted to circle back to something you said earlier about you mentioned E3 and how you don't think it's going to come back.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're definitely right, because Sony didn't even go last year, right? Like Sony did what Nintendo's been doing for years, and they did like their own digital thing. And I think every company is going to do that this year. Like they're all just going to have digital events. And I think they're all going to simultaneously learn that that is way better and way cheaper. And E3 is never coming back. And I'm sad because I'm going to miss the cringe, guys.
Yeah, that's true. What my understanding is, like, most game journalists, what they like to do is just like live tweet it,
right,
and like just riff on it like a bad movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, this was really the linchpin, is that they had to get this one right to keep it going, because this is the big new generation announcements E3. So that's why this E3 was still going to happen. After that's passed and the kind of lull has died down, you know, they're going to find that, especially Xbox, which doesn't seem to be doing so well, is going to need to cut costs wherever it can.
Yeah, they're fucked. I just want to, in memoriam, I just want to remember the best E3 moment by far, which was, I forget which year, but it was the year of the Orlando shooting, when I believe it was Ubisoft. They had like this big, like, upbeat dance number with like people in mascot outfits and stuff. And then immediately as that dance number ended, I think it was Aisha Tyler, who was hosting at the time, walked up and asked for a moment of silence for the victims of the Orlando shooting while the mascots were still on the stage posing behind her.
Yes, that rules. I hope E3 comes back. I hope.
I know.
Wrong. And it's just like, and it's like, they don't have Sony, they don't have Microsoft, and it's 50 times as cringe.
It's just Ubisoft and Bethesda and their staff are like,
oh my God,
sitting on the stage.
It just like the fucking E3 just turns into the Thunderdome.
That's how we decide who gets to make games that year.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, Kay, where can people find you and your great content online?
Hell yeah. You can find me on YouTube. I am K and Skittles. And you can find me on Twitter at K and Skittles. And you can fucking find me on Twitch. And my name is also, you guessed it, K and Skittles. I stream every weekend. Come hang out.
The best Twitch emote out there. The Skittles emote.
Indeed.
We got ferret emotes, but only if you subscribe.
All right. Reese, where can people find you in the post-apocalypse?
They can find me in the Pokemon apocalypse at
okay.
Your Very Good Bud. I don't know. They can find me at Your Very Good Bud on Twitter. And
right. Yeah, that's. Go find Reese hunkering down in his fortress made of toilet paper. Where he occasionally tweets things. I have a mission for all of our listeners. Go find that Bob Chipman tweet. I know I'll lose sanity for seeing it, but I need to see it. I need to know that it's real, and it's not just some figment our unhealthy brains have conjured into existence from like stress hallucinations brought on by the coronavirus. We're just seeing like extremely vivid dreams of Bob Chipman going humana humana at the Little Mermaid. And it crosses into our waking consciousness to the point where we can't tell the difference.
I would really love to have just totally imagined it in a fever dream of disgust and rage and hatred, but I don't think I did.
It's a tulpa. It's a tulpa of our rage and disgust with Bob Chipman. But anyway, you can find me slowly turning into Todd Chipman on my Twitter account at 8alton8. You can find my YouTube at Alton Plays, where I occasionally upload VODs and occasionally get videos of us playing video games. You can find our main website at videogamesartheworst.pinecast.co with all of our episodes and links to everything important. And you can find our Patreon at patreon.com/VGATWTOE, where $5 a month will get you access to all of our premium episodes, including our, I think our most recent one was a Video Games Are Okay maybe. Before that, we had a really great episode about Mountain Dew. Which
we got one coming up that is all Bob Chipman, so you're gonna want to be subscribed for that one.
Yeah, that one's going to be interesting.
Yeah,
Right.
it will.
So I think that's everything. So until next time, bye.
Yeah,
Goodbye. I
I'm gonna
hope there is a
download-
next time.
I'm gonna go download Doom Eternal. Peace.
Seriously.
Yeah, go download Doom Eternal, a parody, non-actionable.
Parody in a video game.
No parody. I'm doing it.
No shit. All right,
Fuck.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.